Hello and good evening. I am coming to you live from Dr. Green's clinic in the small town of Patesville, South Carolina. Rumor has it that a local African American girl named Rena Walden had moved to Clarence, South Carolina with her brother to start a new life as a white young woman. This was easy to do so because young Rena would appear to be white to anybody who knows nothing of her ancestry. Rena, like her brother, had changed her name to conceal her true identity. Rowena Warwick was her new name, and her brother was called John Warwick. While in Clarence, Rena went to the tournament and stole the heart of a young white knight named George Tryon. Their love grew as George visited the Warwick household frequently. Eventually, George proposed to Rena and was planning to marry her soon after and surprise his mother with the news. Rena thought long and hard about telling Tryon of her ancestry. If he really loved her, he wouldn't leave her. While Tryon was on a business trip, Rena had received news from her mother that she was ill, and Rena decided to visit her hometown of Patesville. It just so happened that when Rena was in Patesville visiting her mother, her fiancé was also in Patesville seeking a piece of land. If George ran into her, he would automatically know of Rena's secret. Some of the locals tried to warn Rena and her mother, but they were too late. George was riding along with Dr. Green, a family friend, when Rena was at the doctor's clinic seeking medicine. Dr. Green instructed George to sit in the buggy while he helped Rena in the clinic. George had noticed a familiar appearance through the windows, but when Rena came out, there was no doubt that George knew who it was. When Rena turned and saw who was sitting in the buggy, she immediately turned pale and faded to the ground. We have received footage of the fading, and I will show it to you now. I am here now with Dr. Green, who witnessed this whole occurrence. Dr. Green, can you tell me exactly what happened and George's response to the incident? Also, can you tell us how Rena is doing?
Yes, well, after my rounds to see my regular patients, George and I went down to the clinic because I was supposed to give Rena Walden medicine for her mother. I told George to stay in the buggy while I quickly dealt with Rena. After giving Rena the medicine, I sent her out. I then heard a commotion outside, and came outside to find Rena lying on the ground unconscious. I looked over at George and saw his disgusted face. I then tended to Rena's health, and once she was stable, I sent her home. I later went over to see George and invited him to dinner, but he claimed he was sick. After I visited George, I went to see Rena. She'll be fine, but as of right now, she is very delusional. The only thing she needs right now is rest. She'll be back to normal in no time. That is all I have to say.
Thank you for your time, Dr. Green. Well, that's all we have time for, so good night, everybody. I hope this story will have a happy ending.